Half gritting in response, I drank more of the divine sake than usual. As far as I knew, though, alcohol wasn't good for you when you were injured. Thus, the feast started. I would argue that alcohol is the best for you when you're injured.
Hell yeah.
Well, it says here, according to my notes, that she died. Takumi-san started out by giving the lead to Yasunaga-kun, who readily accepted it. They probably decided on this during their secret talk. He gave several ideas. Jimmy could have accidentally wandered outside on some errand.
Accidentally wandered outside. Okay. How do you accidentally wander outside?
I accidentally walk outside of my house all the time. I just in the middle of the night even.
Yeah.
She also could have not returned home for some reason. And lastly, Jimmy could have been killed by wolves who wanted to make it look like the corruption did it. That was when Takumi-san mentioned that you couldn't stay awake even if you wanted to, and Yoshitsugu could vouch for that. With that, everyone agreed that it was unlikely that she'd accidentally gone outside. Their talk was similar to the one we'd had when talking about Mamiya-san's death last time. However, unlike this time, it had been a given that Mamiya-san had returned to her room once, so we'd reached the conclusion that she, a person who didn't end up sleeping, was a wolf. The idea that Chiemi didn't return back home to begin with had me forming a certain theory.
Yeah, she's definitely the badger because she was awake and wandering around.
According to Chiemi from the first loop, you could be outside until 8 in the evening. Yesterday, I'd woken up at about 10 p.m., meaning that anyone in their rooms between 8 to 10 p.m. would go to sleep, or rather be forced into sleep. That was when the wolves would be woken up, get in the wolf outfit they were given during the night, and do their deeds. From what I could tell, the humans would stay asleep. That was why they were always killed without putting up a fight. After that, the wolves would return to their homes and be forced to sleep again. Then the wolf outfit would be picked up and they would wake up the following morning. The Feast of the Yomi Purge wouldn't work without the sleep function. However, I knew for a fact that people could die just by being outside their rooms. The first time, it had happened to Mamiya-san and Hashimoto-san, who'd wanted to spend the night in their van, while Yoshitsugu-kun was torn apart because of his own recklessness. Last time, if you excluded Mamiya-san, a wolf, Yoshitsugu-kun suggested going outside right after everyone went to bed. The first time, he'd probably gone outside long before everyone was forced to sleep. Basically, if you were in a room at a certain time, you would be forced to go to sleep. That was probably the true meaning behind the shelter taboo. It was just a prerequisite for the main factor in controlling the feast, dreaming, or in other words, sleeping. That was why those who didn't shelter would be eliminated by the bringers of corruption. Looking at it that way, I felt I could see the cunning, logical truth behind Great Lord Shinai. Anyway, the main matter right now is Chiemi. I had no idea how she could survive outside until she committed suicide, but I would just assume she did. I also didn't know if she was waiting for the wolves or just happened to encounter us when we went to the door. However, it was clear that she'd been outside the whole time. Yasunaga-kun also believed that and said so to everyone. His own idea that it was actually a murder made to look like a rule violation was dismissed because Chiemi's futon wasn't even spread out in her room. That meant that she hadn't even intended to dream last night.
つまりやっすんは理由はよくわかんないけど知恵姉が死んだのは事故みたいなもんで狼は誰も殺してないってことを言いたいのかな
That is technically true.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting them to go, like that was going to be the push. After Yasunaga-kun explained his position, Mochi interjected. He was a passive participant but really good at it. Most of his few words were on the mark. He was also the monkey, so no one had to worry about him trying to mislead people. Sure. That misinterpretation was actually good for us. Though we didn't plan for it, we got rid of a human, and there wouldn't be a hanging today as retaliation. At least a part of me hopes so. Kanzo-san argued against it, of course. Sharp.
Bro, he survived 2 feasts.
Yeah. Yeah, this he's a fucking veteran at this shit.
Yeah.
はっきりと示さんか。
でもあれは汚れだとタイバーや狼じじいも言ってたじゃないですか。
私はそう思ったがね。でも難しいことは。
狼が来る。こんなもんで確証になるか。
じゃあ知恵姉が布団を敷いてなかったのはどう説明するんですか。
大したことじゃねえ。
大したことですよ。
てめえ、ヤス、ちょっと黙れ。
Kanzo-san's words were full of irritation, if not anger. It brought a change to everyone's expressions. I was the only one who could see this rationally. After all, I was the one who caused this. I'd presented him with an unproven personal matter between me and a deceased girl, maliciously giving him several ways to view it. One of them led to the conclusion that Yasunaga-kun was a dirty cheater who played both Chiemi and Haru-chan. Oh! That's what he was getting at.
Oh, that is some really four-dimensional chess.
Yeah, that's why he brought up Haru liking Yasunaga, and then, like, that's why he segued into, like, I actually asked Chiemi out, but she said she had a boyfriend, or that he was cheating. Yeah, he's pitting the two more powerful people in the feast against each other. I'd led Kanzo-san to that...
Haruaki, you're a fucking slime ball, but good move.
Yeah. I'd led Kanzo-san to that convenient idea without putting myself at any risk. I wasn't expecting us to avoid today's lynching to begin with. Thus, I would instead gain their trust by just leading them to the truth.
もう一つ可能性があります。ちえみちゃんが自殺をした可能性です。
The idea shocked everyone, but it was actually easy to explain. It was true, after all. Someone who'd commit suicide wouldn't prepare their futon, and since the suicide was enough bloodshed for the night, the wolves didn't kill anyone else. It was an answer that let people combine the idea that the wolves didn't kill, but planned to.
どうして遺体があんなにひどいことになっていたんですか。あんな自
殺死体を狼が見つけた後、特に何もせずに放置した。それを山の獣が荒らしたとすればどうかな。
そんなもんこの辺りの山にいるか、おやっさん。
He wanted to prove that the wolves were out for blood, but his knowledge as a hunter denied the possibility of there being such beasts here. So I helped him out.
こんなことを考えたくはないんですが、化け物。
Oh, we're really doing this, huh, Haruaki?
I guess we're doing it.
そういう存在かもしれません。考えてもみてください。汚れを与える存在は実在するんです。初日に犬がいっぱい殺されていた。
Oh, that's right. There was the big pile of dead dogs.
Yeah.
あれをやる存在が夜そこら中をうろついてるとすれば、死体を見つけて同じように破壊する可能性はある。それは読み人とかムジナとか本物のよもつ狼とかそういうものかもしれません。
汚れをもたらすのは確かにそういうものかもしれません。
恐ろしい。
久石さん。
Oh, Grandma.
いたずらに不安を煽らないでくださいよ。
いや、そのつもりはないんだ。ただ、何か未知の脅威があるのは確かで、化け物じゃなくて、注意すべきだし、
Right?
死体が損壊した理由にだってなり得る。それは注意すべきじゃないか。
Well, do the people in this village know about the serial killer?
No, I don't think they do.
We learned about the serial killer from the cop, right?
Yeah, and like Haruaki only like sort of vaguely acknowledged it, but then didn't mention it again.
Yeah.
And we've been the only ones sitting here like, hey, a serial killer seems important. Serial killer seems like something maybe you want to talk about. Hey, yeah. Maybe bring up the fucking serial killer.
Right.
仮にちえみが自殺だったとして、それで狼が殺す気だったかってのもわからねえだろ。それに、ちえみは自殺するような玉じゃねえと俺は思うぜ。
Well, guess what?
そうだ。ちえねえは自殺なんてしませんよ。
まあまあ、
Yudai solved it. He just rolls in like, nope, I know what happened.
Yep.
So he joined in. How would he handle this? Haruaki's like, fuck!
もちろんだ。
僕、こんな図体ですが。
I knew it. I'm thinking to myself, like, he's probably in some sort of, like, battlefield, like, photographer.
No, we knew that. I think that was revealed a while ago.
Oh, early? Okay.
He used to be a war correspondent, yeah.
Okay.
マジかよ。
うん。で、専門家じゃないから、なんとも言えないんですが。
Look at that. Behind that gentle face is a man who's seen some shit.
Yep.
彼女の遺体、頭部だけ妙に散乱してて、壁の上の方まで。
Oh, god damn it. No. No. You die. Oh, you magnificent bastard.
重曹っぽく見えるんですよね。大口径の銃の資金弾。
Sharp. A few people looked at Kanzo-san. It was a fitting reaction considering he had a gun, and he grunted a response.
ああ、いえ。牧島さんがどうってことじゃないと思いますよ。
どういうことだ？
上に吹き飛ぶ状況って、やっぱり口に加えて撃ったのかなって。大きな銃ならだいぶやりにくいと思いますが。
Fucking Yudai over here with his blood spray analysis. Like, okay, obviously he was a a war correspondent, but I also like to think that like he often falls asleep watching like the forensic shows at night.
Yes. Yes.
誰かが殺すなら水平か。
Yeah, no, this man absolutely watches Investigation Discovery like on the regular.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like 8 p.m. He's had his dinner. He's in his recliner. He has fallen asleep to some murder show at like every night for the last 10 years.
Yep, and then his wife wakes him up because it's time for bed.
Time for
and
bed.
They go
yep.
to bed. Yep.
自殺なんじゃないかと。彼女って銃を持ってたんです。
いや、聞いちゃいね
えな。わしも聞いてはいねえが、資料の免状は取ったと言うとった。
え、マジか。それじゃあ散弾銃なら持てたはずだな。
地位は筋が良かった。
Yeah, they're all over the place.
量やらすなら。
Mm-hmm. We can see them if we want. Well, I guess they've been cleaned up by now.
Kanto-san's tone grew lower as he displayed an unexpectedly high opinion of her. The story that she was being cheated on must have hit her even harder than I thought. Jimmy really did have a place here. She must have gotten a license because she thought so herself. That could only mean that the gloomy talk from last time was just nonsense from a wolf.
Or
like self-doubt.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure at this point, like, I really think that the wolf spirit is like, it's like alcohol. It lowers inhibition, and like stuff you would not normally say when you were sober just slips right out.
Yeah. I was curious about why there was no gun too. But there were no bullets either, or shells? They were with the rest of her stuff last time. Did they mess up while searching or something?
部屋には鍵はかかってなかったから、誰でも入れたわけですよね。
そりゃそうだが。
一番危惧すべきは、狼が銃と弾丸を持ち帰ったということだと思うんです。
That was when Mamiya-san took over.
実在が不確かな銃を必要以上に恐れるのもどうかとは思うんですが、それでもこの後、各自の部屋をざっとでも見て回る必要があると思います。
それで見つかるように隠すかは怪しいけど、どう思います？
探す姿勢を見せることが大事です。
Oh God, these two are a powerhouse together.
Mm-hmm.
構わね
え。待ちたまえ。うちをそんな理由で荒らされるのは少々困る。古い猟銃が出てきてもおかしくないし。
Oh no, we're gonna find Kyonosuke's weird porn.
Oh god.
Yes, my weird porn. I mean...
でもまあ確かにおっちゃんは銃とか持って帰らなさそう。そもそも持ってそうだし。
Oh, Chica Mochi.
Goddamn Mochi eviscerating.
しかも貴様はしかしああそうだ正直死体からそんなものをもぎ取るなど考えただけで吐き気を催すね。
はっ臆病長者が死体が怖えんだろ。それで医者もできねえって聞いたぜ。
違う私は
Jesus,
Damn.
There we go.
どうかご無礼をお許しください。
So he really was afraid of corpses. Man, the guy sure was hard to make use of. Still,
Damn.
I know, right? Still, there was no reason for us to be afraid here. After all, we weren't the ones who took the gun. I could only assume it was Great Lord Shidai again. Or the serial killer. Maybe the serial killer kind of wandered through and he's just like, oh god, what the hell? Hey, free gun! And then took it.
Yeah.
Thanks to Hashimoto-san, just about everyone now agreed that Chiemi had killed herself with a gun. Proof was a very important thing. The people of Yasumizu really had to realize that by cleaning up the corpses right away, they made it harder to find out the truth. Even Yasunaga couldn't accept that Chiemi had committed suicide. He was now muttering something like, Chiene, why? Kanzo-san looked at him with extremely intense eyes. If you connected the story from before with the suicide, you could assume that it was the result of the love triangle drama. After all, she'd committed suicide in front of Yasunaga-kun's room. With that settled, Takumi-san spoke up again.
で、結局、今日はどうするんだ?
Yeah, I'll hang later.
くくらねえのか?
We hanging? You guys want to hang later? Let's hang.
Yeah.
I want to hang with Takumi.
Yeah. Yudai can come too.
After a moment of silence.
狼が殺したんじゃない。だから、約束通り、処刑はしないべきだ。
死人が出たらくくるのが約束じゃ。
狼が殺したんじゃない。
よろしいですか。
なんだ上間。
私には芹沢様が雲の精神を発揮されたのではないかと。
あ？なんだ。
Yeah, I'm with Takumi on this one. I don't get.
汚れをその身に引き取る雲の精神によって他の皆々様を守られた。
Whatever helps you sleep.
聡明で勇敢な芹沢様ならば。
No, I'm still pretty sure she was the Badger. Woke up, saw Badger, and it's just like, nah, I'm done. I'll see you next loop, everybody.
詳しく教えてください。
つまり昨晩自ら進んで血を。
Oh, I see what she's saying. Because we couldn't kill again.
皆様を守られたということなら。
She was maybe she was giving everybody an extra day to look into things.
もちろん。
Yeah.
芹沢様は狼の来訪を目の当たりにして自決をなさったのではないでしょうか。
ちーちゃん、あの子は乱暴じゃったが確かにそういうまっすぐな
Yeah, because that gives the snake another opportunity to check someone out now.
Yep.
Whoever the snake is.
そういうんじゃねえ。知恵ねえは本物の肝っ玉を持ってただけだ。
じゃあやっぱり狼は殺す気で近づいてたってことなの？考えすぎじゃない？ただな、確かに知恵姉が自殺する理由なんて他に考えられないんだよね。
悩みがありゃその相手を撃つ方が知恵ねえらしいってんだよ。あるね。そしていつも学校で僕らを体を張って守ってくれたのも知恵ねえだ。
知恵ねえ、
どうするんです？処刑をする方向に話が進んでますよ。
最低限するかどうか票を取ってもらいたいな。
橋本さん、
僕も君も生き残らないとならない。脅威の排除が必要ならやむを得ないのかもしれない。
でも
もしそういう理由なら、きっと芹沢さんはカゴ者じゃなかったろう。蛇のカゴ者は生きてて情報をつかんだことになる。加えて皆さんが狼の打倒のために覚悟と団結をできるなら、昨日とは
God, Yudai is just, he's like well on his way to creating that majority we talked about in the last loop.
まあ僕も両親に従って殺人はしない方に一票入れるけどね。
よし、挙手でいいか。
うん。
今日くくるものを投票で選ぶことに賛成の者は挙手しろ。
The old wolf guy, Yamawaki-san, Kanza-san, Kiyonosuke-shi, Takumi-san, Rikako-san, Mochi, Yoshitsugu-kun, and I raised our hands. The only ones who didn't were Kaori-san, Yasunaga-kun, Haru-chan, Meiko, and the Journos.
Mochi!
ごめんやっすん。でもなんか知恵姉が敵撃てって言ってる気がしてさ。
そうなのかな。本当にそうなら夢ででも出てきてくれればいいのに。
そうだね。
9対6じゃ。くくるもん選べ。
9 to 6. Hot damn, who we hanging?
仕方ないな。あ、その場合一人選んだらそのまま処刑をして。
どうなんだおやっさん。
くくったら宴はしまいよ。
じゃあその前に大事なことを聞いておきたいんですが、もし蛇が今日狼を見つけてるなら名乗り出てもらっていいのではないかと。
そうですね。誰をくくるか選べるし、その後雲に守ってもらうこともできる。
複数出てきたら嫌ですね。
出てくるよ複数。昨日織部安永くんが指摘した通り、一人目が名乗り出ればね。
Yeah, if the real one came out now, I would have to play the fake. But the real one wouldn't come out just yet.
狼を見つけた蛇はいないか。いねえみてえだぜ。
Yeah, there's no reason for the snake to come out if they haven't found a wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
じゃあ昨日調べたのは人だったってわけだ。
ふむふむ。ちなみに今日の夜優先的に調べられたいって人はいます？
Oh, what a fucking play!
Damn.
For a moment, I almost ignored that nonchalant question. But a
You
second
would,
later,
Haruaki.
I almost stopped breathing. This was an attack. I had no idea why I thought that. But this was a deadly attack. What was I supposed to do about it? What was the right choice? Literally anyone who... Okay, so yeah, what's going to happen is anyone who doesn't come forward is going to be under suspicion of being a wolf.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Brutal.
Okay. I feel like we got to raise hand because I don't think we're going to be the I don't think we're going to be the only one.
Yeah, we're not going to be the only one, and there's the chances that we will be investigated by this. Well,
Yeah, this game likes to fuck with us. Whatever seems like an obvious choice always ends up with us immediately dying.
Yes, which I'm okay with because it's good to get rid of the bad ends quickly.
I just think it's hysterical. Like anything that seems like a perfect logical choice, the game's like, haha, fuck you. Guess what? This is why you're wrong. But yeah, I think because that's the whole point. If anyone who hesitates is going to immediately be under suspicion, and then the snake will look to investigate them tonight.
Yeah.
Like he's just anyone who wants to be investigated, raise your hand. He's not saying investigate the person who raises their hand.
Right. Yeah. No. And like we said, it's going to be more than one. Like humans are going to be wanting to know that they're human.
Yeah.
They want exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to raise my hand.
Yeah.
As a wolf, I didn't want to be investigated before anyone else. Even so, I raised my hand. Not raising it might be seen as asking that I not be investigated. A total of 6 people raised their hands. Knew it. Yep, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, so this is where our game is going to take us tonight. We're just going to be in this discussion for the next 2 hours. Buckle in, everybody!
Kanza-san, Kinosuke-shi, Yasunaga-kun, Mamiya-san, Yoshitsuka-kun, and me. Upon seeing who raised their hands, I instantly understood the nature of the trap. Those who wanted to have a voice in the feast simply had to raise their hands here. Being a proven human was necessary if you wanted to have influence and a voice here. The feast was a game of politics disguised as a game of logic. Since the murders couldn't be scientifically investigated, you had to present possible suspects purely on circumstantial evidence. However, whether the others believed that or not was up to them to decide. And since circumstantial evidence, no matter how much of it remained circumstantial, it was entirely possible to make a fool of yourself by treating it like direct proof. There was also the fear of death as well as religious faith. Not many people were capable of deciding everything for themselves in this situation. Those who didn't have confidence in their own decisions left the choice to others, specifically the popular, capable leaders. They were the ones who didn't raise their hands. They were too slow to realize how to react to this because they needed explanations and guidance from their leaders. Those who wanted to be leaders, on the other hand, were constantly waiting for opportunities to consolidate power by proving themselves right.
Sounds familiar, Haruaki.
Yeah.
どういう意味だ?
例えばムロさん、この場全員であなたを調べることにする。明日同じように狼が出たら名乗り出るように言う。
Yeah, this is a ballsy fucking move by Yudai and I love it.
名乗り出がなければあなたは安全。以後下手に疑われずに済む。
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's fucking brilliant. He's giving the stake away to check on people without admitting who they are.
Yeah, yep. Fucking Yudai plays board games in my head. Like, my headcanon now is like, he just plays board games all the time, too.
Yeah.
I think I'm Yudai.
Yeah.
Falling asleep watching murder mysteries and playing a lot of board games? Yeah, yeah. The snake found a human... oh, yeah. The snake found a human today, too. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. That's such a good play. Oh, yeah. Now you're all... Now everyone's jumping on. Everyone else now raised their hands like the followers they were. Bear?
Me?
Besides the monkeys, the ones who weren't raising their hands either didn't understand the situation at all, or missed the right time to hide their hope that they wouldn't be investigated. But we didn't have any of those. Both Haru-chan and Kaori-san knew what they had to do. However, my only option in this situation was to raise my hand at the first opportunity. I'd already done something to assert my wish to take a political lead. Besides that, I was a newbie who no one trusted, so I was likely a lynch target. Everyone probably assumed that I knew my situation. That was why I had to put myself ahead before anyone else. Otherwise, it would have seemed extremely likely that I was a wolf. I love this image. Hashimoto-san
this is so good. This is the
looked at
thumbnail.
everyone. He stopped the moment his gaze was directed at me. He knows!
He knows!
It wasn't stern or cold. It was as calm and gentle as always. But I couldn't keep sensing a powerful will behind it. The will of a cameraman, an observer, who wanted to know the true nature of his subject. This wasn't a battlefield, the wilderness, or some restaurant selling unusual cuisine. But he was, as always, remaining an observer. He stayed at an appropriate distance, blended in with the environment, and focused solely on observation. Oh my god, I love this! He's so intimidating! And if he noticed something crucial, he would simply call it out. It wouldn't be that his words would prompt some other event, his attack would be over the moment he spoke. That was just how precise his observations were. Was I being paranoid? No.
I mean, yes.
I mean, you are being a bit paranoid, but he is also the real deal.
Yeah.
He was the real deal. A true threat to me. He tested me just now. suspected me. In that case, what came next would be...
すみません。下ろしてください。
Oh my god.
そりゃそうだ。後ろ暗いところがないなら調べてもらって安全になりたい。そう思うのは当然でした。
でもじゃあ誰を調べるんです？
僕個人としては Q ちゃんを調べてもらえたら安心なんですけどね。
Oh my god, he is masterfully playing this entire feast.
ただ、それは僕個人の気持ちであって、不妻子君はどうかな。彼はかなり頭が切れるようだし、人の証明があればやりやすいだろう。
I know, I love this. I actually had to avoid being investigated by the snake.
なるほど。ということは、今日は不妻子さんは処刑の対象から外すと。
そうなるね。
If I wasn't a wolf, this would be nothing but a kindness from a fellow outsider. I was certain I wasn't certain if he was doing this on purpose. Yeah. However, I was certain of one thing. Yudai Hashimoto was my enemy. The most formidable among everyone here, in fact. All that hard work to save him, and now I had to kill him. But I had to do it to survive.
いいですね。ぜひ。と言いたいところなのですが、僕より優先的に調べられるべき人がいる。
ほう、誰かな。
匠さんです。
This was how I'd handle it. It was a setup for a future attack.
匠さんはおそらく今後もずっと中心的役割を果たしていくことになる。彼が人か狼かもわからない状況だとみんな判断に困るでしょう。
それは
まあその通りだろうな。声が大きい人間ほどよく目立つが、それゆえに疑われることもあろう。
おそらく優先順位的には匠さんと牧島勘三さんが同等くらいでしょう。僕は早々に生存証明は欲しいですが、自分の安全を全体の利益より優先させて後でそれを非難されるのはごめんです。それでも僕を先に調べてもらえるなら構いません。調べてください。あるいはこういう振る舞いをする僕が疑わしいなら投票してもらってもいい。僕は皆さんの勝利を願いながらくくられましょう。その覚悟は昨日の晩に済ませました。ちえみちゃんが示した勇気を彼女ほどかっこよくはないけど僕も持とうと思います。
春秋様、
どう思うモッチー？
匠にか。まあ確かにそうだな。
ねえ、やめない？この人くくるの。
あたしもこの子は狼じゃないような気がするけどね。
That went well? Haru-chan was kind of overdoing it, but as long as she didn't take it any further, it'd be consistent with her act so far.
なるほどね。それじゃ室匠さんを蛇の型に調べてもらうということで異論はないのかな。
Silence.
室さん本人もよろしいかな。
ああ、構わね
え。ではそれで。
He couldn't push any further. Now it was time to vote.
拉致が開かねえ。植松のもう票取れ。
はい、記録をいたしましょう。
We continued talking for a short while after that, but it was mostly pointless chatter about what we should do and if anyone had any ideas.
あのさ、どこかにカメラを仕掛けておけば狼が誰かわかるんじゃない？
それを今この場で言ったら狼にもバレて意味なくなるんじゃないかな。
あ、 そうだね。
Haru-chan did as I told her, displaying dedication to her contributing to the feast. A decent amount of time had passed since we'd started the feast, and it'd probably end right before the evening. Takuri-san was silent. He'd seemed against hanging people on a whim at first, but something had changed him somehow. Chiemi was like a fellow pillar of the community, so it must have hit him pretty hard. At this point, the only one clearly opposed to the vote was Mamiya-san, but even then, she only had a hand on her forehead. And so, the vote began. He's gonna point to me.
Yeah. Haruaki.
Oh.
Oh. He's just fucking with everybody.
Oh shit. Yeah, he is going after Yasu.
Yeah.
Did I push things too far?
Okay, Haruaki, why are you worried about that? You're planning on killing him anyway.
I know, right? There's a lot of things you trust without reason, Kanzo. For instance, the entire reason you're angry at Yasu.
Jeez, Granny.
橋本さんが猿なのはええけどね。あんたは
And
ま
you're an
だ
outsider, and still reasonably young, therefore I hate you.
Yep.
大丈夫です。こういうことも想定すべきですし、ちょっと驚いただけ。
次は俺だな。狼じじいに一票だ。こんなこと言いたくねえが、この後に及んで適当なことばっか言ってるてめえは害悪だ。
Yeah.
てめえ、他のもんを。
He's been very talkative this loop.
He has, yeah.
ええのか。あ、何言ってんのかわからねえ。次、香織さんだぜ。
I will vote for whoever Yasu does.
安永。
There it is.
あなたはどう思う？
誰に投票するか先に言ってもいいんでしょうか。
悪いってことはね。
僕は現状で確証を持った票を入れることができない。だからここまで宴に貢献していない人を選ぶことしかできない。僕の意見を鵜呑みにしてほしくはない。
いいから言えや、兄貴。
狼じじいに投票するつもりだ。ただ母さんは自分で選んで。
そう、わかったわ。
Haruaki. Oh.
上松里香子さんに。
Okay, that's not a surprise.
構いません。
But may I have a reason? Because fuck you, that's why.
ちえみちゃんのことをいいように言っていたのが少し気になったから。あの子が狼だった可能性もあるわよね。
Of all people, she was the one to say that? Then again, I was actually planning to mention it too. That was a smart move.
どういうこと、母さん。
狼同士が仲間割れしたのかもしれないというの。殺すか殺さないか。
Oh, you mean like that thing that happened twice the first night that I had to get shunted back into my earlier body for?
Look at her face. It's so intense.
Wow, it was almost as if she was there herself, huh? Kanzo, she was nodding. After all, in the feast, it was common sense that humans weren't the only ones who could die at night. By creating the possibility that Chiemi was a wolf, we would mess up their assumptions about how many wolves there were left.
ちえみちゃんは殺したくなかったのかもしれない。それで
I think that's spot on.
Yeah.
待ちなさい、オリベのご婦人。それだと一人分の血を流したことにはならないのじゃないかね。
いや、わかりませんよ。少なくとも狼が仲間割れも殺しの人数にカウントした可能性は十分ある。
それで死体はあの場に残って、夫妻さんの言うように獣か何かに荒らされたとかね。そうだった場合、ちえみちゃんは人だったと狼は主張するんじゃないかし
Damn,
ら。
Cowdy.
This is so fascinating from the wolf perspective. I am living for this.
I know. She said that while looking at Rikako-san, who'd praised Chiemi's actions on the basis that she was human. But...
違います。私はただ芹沢様の行いを
美化したかった。
Fully aware that my comment was unnecessary, I took the stage.
自殺なんてどうやったって悲しい。どうしようもなくやるせないものです。残された僕らは辛くなる。でもその死が前向きな理由だったなら、僕らもまた前向きになれる。そういう実のところ僕らに対するケアだったんじゃないですか、リカコさんは。
I took her side this time. She was an important person with special powers. It was better for her to die later. I couldn't deny that a part of me didn't want to kill her, but I ignored it. After all, following the betrayal, the only one suffering would be me. Right now, the important thing was to pretend to be a human fighting the good fight against the wolves. Kaori-san was a wolf and would probably be outed eventually. I had to make sure I wouldn't be suspected based on acting in support of her beforehand.
そうも思っていました。ただ一番は本当に
Okay, too much. Sorry, Rikako. I didn't doubt that Rikako-san might have been more traditional than anyone else in Fujiyoshi, but her heart remained good-natured.
わかった。あとは皆が判断する。次、清田。
夫妻子Haruaki君に。
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah!
Just like last time, he voted for me on the first day.
理由は何でしょう。
I fucking love Nosato. Like,
yeah.
He's been the great success story of this game.
I like how we started hating him because of his arrogance, and now we love him because of it.
Yeah, no, it's so fucking good.
なるほど。わかりました。もっと利己的になった方が良かったとは思えないんですが。
次、僕はさっき言った通り、狼じじいに投票するよ。
He was the first one to get 2 votes.
次、近持ちだ。
Uncle.
発散。
Oh
shit! Mochi!
Oh no!
なんでそう思ったの？
That's fascinating.
真面目すぎるなって。
どういうことよ。
いや、ほんとそれだけ。もっとヘラヘラしてる方が発散っぽいから。
God, his intuition is insane.
Yeah.
The scary thing was that such random thoughts of his often hit the mark.
よし、どうする？
植松に投票する。理由はババアの話が最もだと思ったから。
That's a 3-way tie.
あなたも自分で考えなさい。
考えた上で言ってんだ。何より死んだ理由まで長者に利用されるのが俺には気に食わねえ。
I mean, this happens every time. There's always a tie.
私も植松さんに入れる。
なぜ安水の者の死を悲しんだ彼女が疑われねばならんのかね。これが安水の恩の返し方か。
うるせえな。もう次行っちまえよ、匠に。
あんただ、植松里香子。
織部香織様に
お返しというわけかしら。
はい。私は人ですから。先ほど述べられたご理由は。
もういいか。じゃあ次だ。メイコ。
久幸さん。
God damn it.
Yeah, Meiko.
What?
妻子のことか。
She can sense wolves. She can absolutely sense wolves.
みんなダメ。だけど順番。
But there's an order.
おい、何言ってんだこいつ。
それが私にもさっぱりで。
Wait. Could it be that she was...
みんな、なんとか
かなの。だからくくるの。
Mako was the badger? What? Crap! I couldn't use her no matter how hard I thought about it. Hell, she could totally give it away and ruin us.
まあいいや。次。
Holy shit!
不妻子の番だぞ。
Alright. Right now I had 3 votes, as did Rikako-san. The old wolf guy had 2, while Takumi-san, Kaori-san, Yasunaga-kun, and Mamiya-san had 1 each. To survive, I had to vote for Rikako-san or the old wolf guy, and my vote would affect those of the remaining 2, the journos. If they both voted for me, it'd be game over. But if I was right about the nature of Hashimoto-san's actions, he was trying to decide whether I was clean or not. And if he decided that I wasn't, he would have surely mentioned it before the vote began. It was possible that he would vote for someone else. I had no idea if Mamiya-san would follow his vote, but even if she didn't, it wasn't likely that she would vote for me. Basically, if I voted for Rikako-san, she would get 4 votes and most likely be lynched. And if I voted for the old wolf guy, he would have 3 votes, and depending on who the journos voted for, I could end up in the final vote. None of those with just 1 vote were particularly suspicious, so it was best to just disregard them altogether. I had to vote between Rikako-san and the old wolf guy. But honestly, it wasn't much of a choice. I think he's going to go Rikako because she's constantly with Mako, and Mako could spill the beans about the wolves.
Yep.
Kaori-san's words about Rikako-san relied a decent amount on the assumption that the village heads were anti-Yasumizu, but that wasn't very credible. It would be strange for me to base my decision on that. We already had Haru-chan agree with Kaori-san's words. She didn't even give her own reason. Oh, he's going to go for the old guy so they don't all 3 of us don't vote for Rikako. I didn't want to be considered an ally of those who'd given up on thinking for themselves. Now all that mattered was who the remaining 2 would vote for. This could lead to another final vote, but I'd think about that then.
僕は狼じじい氏に投票します。
どうして?
I had to say something justified and useful to the humans.
狼じじい氏は多分こうしておられるけど演技だと思う。
My words surprised everyone.
どうしてそのように思われるので?
Naturally, I couldn't say that I'd seen him make a decent play when he was a badger.
ただの地方老人が過去も含めて読み意味の宴を回避できたとは思えない。
Okay, bro, he hasn't been senile forever.
返事が返ってこないときは何度言っても返ってこないが、基本的には問いかけには一発で返答する。そう考えれば都合の悪いことは無しかでたらめな返答で
Listen, Haruaki, you try living to like the ripe old age of, I don't know, 300? This man is ancient. Let's see how good your brain functions when you're 300 years old.
ちょっと待ってください。僕も彼に投票しましたが、それはさすがに考えすぎじゃないですか。第一、それなら現状こうして彼が疑われる状況になっているのがおかしいじゃないですか。
彼は何らかの抜け道を知っているんじゃないか。
死ななくて済むような。
はっきりはわかりませんが、
Clearly he's immortal. He's 1,000 years
して
old.
いるという家はちらっと見たけど、ほとんどあばら屋だ。
I hadn't seen it this time around actually, but no one would find my claim fishy.
あの家では物意味すら行えない可能性が高い。なのに彼は生きている。
そう言われれば。
牧島勘三さん、これまでになかったですか？彼が不可解に生存したことが。
確かにとは言えねえが、わしはこいつを信用してねえ。昔から気色の悪い
Damning words.
I know, and Kanzo doesn't trust anybody. Hey, where are we? He decided to ignore it all, apparently.
もし宴を回避する方法をご存知なのなら、ぜひ僕らに教えてほしいものです。それならこの票を取り下げたっていい。
誰もや
山からは逃げられん。
つまりどうあっても協力する気はないということです。僕が彼に投票する根拠はそれで全てです。
わかった。次、あんただ、間宮さん。
私は危険でいいかしら。人殺しに加担したくないんですが。
そうはいかねえ。あんたが誰を疑って誰を擁護するかだって見られてんだ。
わかったわ。じゃあ、あなた牧島春さん。
は
あ。春？理由は？
大したことはないです。絶対に処刑対象にならない方の中で一番怪しい人を選んだだけ。
Oh my god, their intuition.
本当は山脇さんに投票しようかとも思ったけど、報復でいがみ合っても仕方ないし。
私よりはるちゃんの方が怪しいって言うのかいね。あんたは。
あえて言うならですよ。植松さんへの嫌疑を答えずじまいなところとか態度とか、別に確たるものじゃありません。
I love their intuition so much. Saw through Haru-chan's act, huh?
だからこだわりはしないけど、狼は全員とても狡猾で残忍で度胸が座った人物とは限らないし、この今も投票されないか心の底で怯えているような人もいるんじゃないか。その問題提起を兼ねて投票するわ。
それだけの理由でひどくないですか？
あなたたちがやっていることがそもそもひどいですからね。この程度の嫌疑で目くじらを立てないでちょうだい。
わかった。最後はあんただ、橋本さん。
難しいな。
Oh boy, how's Yudai gonna vote?
難しいけれど、狼じじいさんに入れさせてもらおう。
Alright.
It makes the most sense, and honestly, Haruaki did have a good point. Like, he's not he won't cooperate, so it's going to be a liability.
Yeah, it was settled then.
理由を聞いてもいいかい？
皆さんの人となりがようやく分かってきま
You're all
したけれど
assholes.
ね。
Mm-hmm.
ここでムロさんを指名するのはおかしい。それだけのシンプルな理由です。
なるほど。わかった。
今ので4票で1番で決まりで。
縄持ってこい。
I need time. Yeah.
You have had literally all the time, old man.
黙れ。
I'd seen this before.
Is Mochi gonna offer to...
Kanza-san punched the old wolf guy, shocking some people.
Damn.
In the end, upon getting the rope, Kanza-san tied him up and went to hang him on the pine all by himself.
Wait.
Wait.
Is this a flashback or is this happening now?
This is what's happening now. The conditions for it were different, but this event unfolded the exact same way as last time.
Okay.
This was just my assumption, but I believe that Kanza-san had some sort of unfinished business with the old wolf guy. Perhaps he too suspected the old man would try something strange here. The first time he'd said he needed time, everyone accepted it, and soon he and Mochi, who'd accompanied him, were found dead outside. Wasn't Kanzo dead at that time?
He was. Yeah, that was the first loop.
Yeah, was he planning to do something before his execution? That something led to murders and made Kanzo-san forcefully drag him to the tree. It seemed significant to me. Dragging my feet in the line heading back to the dining hall, I thought about the old wolf guy. Was there some sort of way to make him talk? Maybe I could loop back and... No, he probably wouldn't react to anything I said. For now, I just had to be glad that I'd survived today's feast. I couldn't show it, of course. If there were any holes in anything I'd said today, it could prove trouble further down the line. Yeah, maybe he killed Mochi, but then how did he die? I don't know. Even so, I'd cast aside my doubts and taken a step forward. I could win this. I would win this as a wolf. Like last time, we ended up spending an awkward evening in the dining hall. Tai-san insisted that something bad could happen in the mist again, so she told us to stay inside. After that, Kanzo-san and Takumi-san came back. The former ignored all warnings and left again, but everyone else stayed inside. Takumi-san said that he didn't see Kanzo-san kill the old wolf guy. He didn't see him kill him the first time either. like last time. That's interesting. Just what was happening between them? What if he didn't actually kill him? Was there some secret agreement between the locals where they agreed that the old wolf guy had to live? Was someone hiding him somewhere? No, that couldn't be it. He definitely died the first time. I just didn't get it. Soon enough, we started making dinner. I had to check for poison again, clean up, and then we all went back to our rooms.
また明日にはこの中の誰かと会えなくなるかもしれねえ。覚悟だけはして戻ろ
う。After a short silence, everyone gave each other some brief goodbyes and began going their own way.
あ、すみません。最後に。
Hashimoto-san stopped them.
間違ってもこの後、抜け出して誰かと内緒話をするなど、やめましょうね。昼と違って、みんなバラバラです。誰が近くに潜んでいても。
そんなものか。
でけえのの言う通りだ。まっすぐ戻れ。
God, Yudai has this down. Crap. Yep. I'd hoped to get a chance to eavesdrop. That meant that the secret chat he had at noon only happened because he figured that the wolves couldn't do much during the day. However, it didn't mean that Hashimoto-san had anything concrete. In fact, he would probably deal with potential eavesdroppers by not saying anything important if he met with someone privately. I was more curious about Takumi-san. The exchange between him and Yasunaga-kun might have been extremely important. Yeah, we gotta hope we get the snake tonight, otherwise we're in trouble. Late at night, we passed out, then put on the wolf outfits, passed through the beast-filled mist, and arrived at the dining hall again. My injury had healed shockingly well. Healing herb power sure was something. I had to remove the taping to get in the wolf costume, though. That aside, there was a strange tension between the three monsters here.
それでも、今日は安永君や義継君を殺している場合じゃない。
でも、そうでないと。
分かってます。あなたを軽視するつもりはないんです。ただ、
誰を殺すっていうのよ。
候補は2人。室匠さんと橋本雄大さんです。
話を進めるのが上手だから？
はい。橋本さんについては、現状、宴を理性的に進めるために、
I wish I could fucking do that.
Yep. I'm so jealous. I have to kill him.
彼は見た目よりもかなり頭が切れる。気を抜けば、簡単に正体を見破られる可能性があります。
I told him about how dangerous he was, citing the secret chat thing in the morning and the trick question during the feast.
考えすぎじゃないのかな。
No, absolutely not.
匠兄の方は？
彼は蛇のカゴ者かもしれない。
え
？I was already suspicious yesterday, but now I'm almost certain.
昨日彼は自発的な処刑対象者はいないかというモッチーの発言にまだ死ねないと答えていました。いろいろ考えましたが、彼がまだ死ねないというのは少しだけ不自然です。加えて今日、彼は安永君と密談を行いました。最初は千恵美の死で凹む彼を励ますだけかと思ったんですが、今日の動き方を見れば、二人が宴に関して何か打ち合わせをした可能性もあるな、と。
それは、そうかもしれませんね。いきなり安永を呼んで話をさせましたし。
He's probably asking Yasu who he should check out.
それがいい。
Yeah.
そもそも彼は、本質的にはもっとオープンで、密談とかは好まないはずなんです。安水という狭い場所で、秘密が保てるはずがないことも、よく知ってるわけですし。
We told the anonymous snake to look into Takumi, and
if the snake is Takumi,
yeah, he can look into whoever he wants.
Yeah.
And
since Haruaki was like first on the list,
yeah,
he probably would do that because he's a good boy.
Yeah, and also basically, if he found a human, he would still be, he wouldn't reveal himself.
Yeah.
It's probably going to give us a choice. We're probably going to have to go for Takumi.
Yeah.
それで？
それがわざわざ密談を持ったというのは、相手のことをよほど信用していないとしないのじゃないか。つまり、彼が蛇で、 昨日は安永君を調べたのではないかと思うわけです。あともう一つ、彼は蛇に調べられたい人が挙手で募られた際、挙手をしませんでした。
あれ大丈夫だったよね。
それは大丈夫。後で二人とも挙げてたでしょ。そのくらいが自然。ただ彼の立ち位置ならば真っ先に手を挙げて調べられたいと思うはず。それをやらなかったのは自分が蛇で自分を調べる意味がないことを先入観として持っていたから、自分も蛇ではなく他の人と同様の条件であることに気が回らなかったからじゃないかと思うわけです。だから彼は匠さんを調べるべきだという提案にも反応が遅れ、そしてそのまま反論も推奨もしないまま認めてしまった。
なるほど。確かにあの時の匠兄の物言い、
心配があるのは分かったわ。でもなぜ今日なの？匠さんは自分自身を調べたりはしないにしろ、今すぐにこの3人がバレるとは限らないでしょ。
Because he cares about her.
Yeah. That was a naive thing to say.
僕は自分をあまり信用していません。匠さんが蛇で、しかも最初から僕に疑いを持っている場合、あの提案によって逆に疑いを強めたかもしれない。
あなたの説で言えば、安永は匠さんが蛇だということを聞いたかもしれないのよね。
可能性は、あるでしょうね。
じゃあ、安永もやはり。
そうですね。彼も早晩殺さねばならないでしょ
う。わかりました。明日、絶対に。安永を狙ってもらえるなら。
She's very good at those.
殺す相手は。
私はどっちでもいいよ。
ありがとうございます。
However, if we killed one, we couldn't go for the other one for a while. Today's choice was bound to greatly affect what happened next. Now, which one? Takumi. We already decided.
Yeah, it has to be Takumi. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you big beautiful himbo.
I know.
Personally, I found Hashimoto-san to be the biggest threat. I didn't see any openings or weaknesses on him. However, I knew full well just how influential Takumi-san was. Yeah, plus if we go for Hashimoto-san, we already know he's human, he's the monkey, it's a waste.
Yep.
Like, yes, he's dangerous and all, but after what Hashimoto set up yesterday with, investigating people every night, we need to get the snake ASAP, otherwise it's a wash.
Yep.
Though he sometimes lacked confidence, once he found some, he could kill off the wolves through his initiative and popularity alone. Then there was the fact that he might be the snake. I really couldn't ignore him.
室匠さんを殺します。
わかったわ。ただし。
はい。明日は安永くんを。そのために、Haru-chanにはお願いがある。
何？
おそらく明日、安永くんは再びショックを受けた状態になるはずだ。それを君が必死で慰める。できるだけ避けたいのは、彼に匠さんは実は蛇で、彼から人の証明をもらっていたと発言させること。匠さんは殺されているわけで、彼が本物だということは、全員に強い信憑性を持って受け入れられるはずだ。それ以後、蛇を語るのは極めて難しくなる。これはわかる？
わかるけど、でもどうするの？正直私、そういうのうまくやれる気がしないんだけど。
それは。
私がやりましょう。要は、安永を宴の外で喋らせず、宴でも喋らせなければいいのでしょ？
それはそうなんですが、できますか？
それに、匠さんと
I hit the button a little too quick.
That's okay.
知らない仲でもありませんから。
Oh my.
蛇だということを聞き出したら、そうね。 肝臓さんが怪しいと言いましょう。自分が調べられるのを恐れて蛇を殺したのだってね。
ええ、そうですね。みんながいるところで見せた奇妙さですから。
よね。それであなたがそれを口にしたら狙われるから黙っていてくれと頼みましょう。
I might have severely underestimated her.
Kaori is fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I'd assumed she was a timid person without much of her own opinion on anything, but oh, was I wrong. I didn't know whether she was holding back or just using her imagination and proactiveness in a negative way. But she was really dependable in a situation like this.
狼ゆえに知り得たことや、先回りして、匠さんが蛇じゃないかということは、絶対に避けてくださいね。あなたが安永くんに疑われたら、元も子もない。
あら、疑われる程度ならいいでしょ。
Oh, Jesus.
God.
どうせ明日の夜、
fucking Kaori.
安永は死ぬんだから。
Fucking murder mom.
Yeah. I know this is supposed to be like a supernatural horror kind of game, but like Kaori's the real fucking terror.
Oh yeah. I had to hold back from cursing at her. A mother was intending to kill her own child, and it made me feel unpleasant. That was the right thing to feel, wasn't it?
じゃあ、私はいいのね。
そうだね。ひとまずは。
Don't fuck up. But what? Her sudden grin was so out of nowhere I had no idea what to make of it, and neither did Kaori-san. Takari-san's place was close to the plaza. There was nothing out of the ordinary about it. Yeah, sneeze. Damn it, no, why would you do that? Fuck me!
Because I'm an asshole.
God!
Sorry, bro.
That's alright. This would be our first real murder. Our first kill as wolves. Was I really gonna do this? Would the door really open? Would I really open it and carry out the deed? More nervous than I appeared, I put my hand on the door. Click. I don't know why I said click out loud. I felt it unlock. Seriously?
ちょっと、他も確かめてきます。
ちょっと。
I ran around, checking several houses. The detached dwelling where Yoshitsugu-kun lived, Meiko's place, Kanzo-san's place, Rikako-san's place, all of them were locked.
どうやら、最初に手をかけた家のみが開くようです。軽い気持ちでノブに触れない方が良さそうだ。
なるほど。
Well, that would explain why, if they run into the person the spider is protecting, they can't pick somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
そういうことだ。では、開けます。
This would be my first time here since I'd investigated his corpse during the first loop. It was a simple room. There was a futon in the middle, and his large body was right there. He was sleeping, defenseless. He wouldn't wake up, right?
どうやって殺すの?
Hadn't thought about that, had we?
Fuck! We didn't figure that out! I actually was curious if we were going to be provided some means of killing. The murders I'd known of so far had been outside the norm, but they weren't something beyond human ability. But I also thought that they'd been a bit excessive, assuming their sole purpose was murder. I still didn't know if there was something that compelled them to do that. But apparently you had to come up with your own method of murder.
この場にあるものを
Oh, fuck!
Oh, boy.
Thankfully, we had lots of options. There were various old farming tools nearby. The edged ones, sickle, hoe, etc., looked extremely fitting for the purpose. There was even an axe.
Oh, boy.
It would make it really easy. An axe could destroy a human body in no time.
念のため、聞きますが。
I'll axe, just in case.
やりたい人はいますか?
No, you do it.
You do it.
You do it, big strong man. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
いいでしょう。僕がやります。
I raised the axe overhead and hesitated. This memory, the fact that I committed murder, would probably stay with me even if I looped. I'd keep this moment, this feeling, until the day I died. That was hardly a problem. My aim was true, and the axe sunk into Takumi-san's neck. Blood burst out of the wound, then started bubbling out ceaselessly. That was definitely lethal. However, the blade wasn't too wide or large. This wasn't a broad axe or anything. Thus, I swung it down again.
And again. And again.
And again.
Yeah, okay, I knew that was coming.
His head left his body before the 10th swing. Before the 10th swing?
10th swing? Jesus, Haruaki, go to CrossFit or something.
You gotta do some farm work and get some meat on those arms. I took his head in hand. His eyes were wide open. His expression was full of anguish. At this point, I wasn't sure if he'd been completely unconscious. I nonchalantly showed it to the two behind me. Applause. They actually applauded me. Pure joy and words of praise. My earlier sense of disgust returned. Why? Why did these people suddenly cease having a conscience the moment they became wolves? This was wrong. They were supposed to show disgust. They needed to. If they didn't, to whose standards was I supposed to adjust my conscience? Sense of right and wrong and good and evil. I tossed the head on the floor. I then held it in place with my foot. Cut it with the axe over and over. Struck it over and over. It was almost completely unrecognizable now. I kicked away the damaged skull, still covered in flesh and hair in places.
It's really interesting to me that he was like, why aren't you showing disgust? And then he turns around and just fucking eviscerates the head.
It was heavy, so my leg hurt, and it left a pool of blood where it rolled. Before even looking at it, I took a random farming tool and thrust it into his torso. I then took another tool and sank it into his shoulder. I opened his stomach. I cut up his limbs. Jesus.
Yeah.
You're not applauding so much now, are you? By the time someone stopped me, the corpse was in such a state that you'd think the corruption was responsible for it. Oh, damn. Not even those words were out of disgust. Not even those words were out of disgust or guilt. They simply thought it was a waste of time. Still pissed, I went to the exit, not even looking back at them. I felt some water hit my back, and I was too pissed to even react before leaving. I took off the bloody wolf outfit and just threw it on the floor. I'd learned yesterday that it was best to wear the costume without any upper clothing, so I was able to relax after just wiping off the sweat and changing my underwear. The room began to reek of blood, but Great Lord Shinai would probably clean all this up anyway. Shit. I was pissed. Even though I knew they'd lose their sense of guilt, I was still pissed. Shit. I just wanted to sleep. But I couldn't really do that with someone knocking on my door. Who could it be? Kaori-san? Haru-chan? Shinai himself? It was still late at night, so it couldn't be anyone else from the village. Police then? That'd be a laugh. I ignored it, though. I was too pissed. More knocking. More ignoring. Oh!
It's Auto-tune-san.
It's our old friend Auto-tune-san.
Yeah.
Now that I couldn't ignore.